Welcome, everybody, and good afternoon to Geisman Gymnasium here on the beautiful campus of Concordia University, Chicago, in River Forest, Illinois. As you're seeing in front of you, today is Senior Day, celebrating those who gave so much on the court and on the classroom. First up was Van Gato from Darien, Illinois, accompanied by his mom, Gia, his brother, Brian, and sister, Leah. As a Cougar, he's played in 184 sets over 53 matches and recorded 453 digs, 82 assists, and 34.5 points. Coach Manos saying, Van is the most Manos-era freshman to graduate team member. Van has kept the team balanced as a captain, drawing the line as a fierce competitor and quirky friend. He has made continual strides in his development throughout his CUC tenure while staying extremely proactive across his high-achieving academics and internships. He broke the single-match dig record at North Park University last year with 21 digs and is on track to break the single-season dig record and finish last year's NAC conference play third in digs per set. He's currently leading the NAC in overall digs per set. Van currently holds a 3.94 GPA in the classroom and has been on the dean's list every semester of his CUC tenure while graduating a year early. Talk about an impressive resume on and off the court. Van has been an instrumental part within the program's growth, creating a legacy that will never be forgotten. Van will be graduating with a degree in communication and media. Thank you for everything you've done, Van. As mentioned today, folks, today is Senior Day. We're celebrating three specific seniors. Van, as I just mentioned, Sean Beckman being the other one, and finally graduate assistant Daniel Coates. All of the gentlemen have provided so much on the court, off the court, in the classroom, and as we mentioned right here, Van Gato being example number one of that with a 3.94 GPA and doing so well in the NAC conference play. Now, as I mentioned, Sean Beckman being the next senior that's going to be introduced here. Sean hails from Hoffman Estates and is accompanied by his mom, Nadine, Gary, and his girlfriend, Michaela. Sean has played 35 sets over 11 matches, accumulating 51 kills, 21 blocks, and 18 digs. Coach Manos saying about Sean, Sean is a dual-sport athlete, has been everything you can ask for in a teammate, mentor, and a competitor. Known for his cool, calm, and collective personality, he immediately fit in with the team dynamic and became a role model to the younger team members. Last season, he joined the men's volleyball program after a successful basketball season and made an immediate impact. Despite not playing competitive volleyball since his senior year of high school, in his second collegiate match with CUW, he tallied 10 kills while posting a 69% hitting clip. He posted strong numbers during that conference play by ranking 22nd in hitting percentage and 24th in blocks per set. Sean currently holds a 4.0 GPA and has been on the dean's list every semester of his senior C tenure as well. Sean is destined to be an outstanding teacher in the future and is an exemplary model of what a CUC student-athlete strives to be. Sean will graduate with a degree in physical education, so high school is close to you. Look out for a PE teacher. Thank you so much, Sean, for everything you've done. Just to give you guys a quick rundown while we wait here for the final touch-ups on Sean Beckman's introduction here. Today's matchup features your Concordia Chicago Cougars versus the Panthers of Greenville University. Concordia coming in with an 8-13 overall record with a 3-5 conference record. The Panthers of Greenville University come in with a 1-17 record, so not too strong, looking to improve on their win today, while the Cougars look to get a win for these three touted seniors that we are talking about at this current moment. And as you can hear the applaud from the crowd, Sean Beckman has wrapped up. Thank you, Jim, for announcing him and celebrating him. And finally, we'll have Daniel Coates now coming out to be celebrated. Daniel Coates is a graduate assistant for the team. Daniel has been accompanied by his mother, Susan, and has been with the program since the fall of 2023. With previous experience from his alma mater, Miami University of Ohio, with their varsity and club programs, Daniel has helped the team immensely both on and off of the court. Coach saying about Daniel, I have been fortunate to work with Danny since he was a senior at Miami University. He's been heartwarming to watch him grow up as a player and practice assistant to the ultimate graduate assistant and coach. Danny has been a staple for the program and the ultimate glue guy, bridging players and coaches towards a common goal forward. He's learned and embraced the coaching world while the team has thoroughly enjoyed his friendship, mentorship, and real world assistance along the way. Between the weight room, practice, outdoor volleyball, personal lives, and the academic world, Danny has been a positive influence to every player and created a legacy that will be embraced at every alumni match and event. Daniel will be graduating with his Master's of Science in Applied Exercise Science. Thank you for everything you've done, Daniel Coates.
The coaching world, while the team has thoroughly enjoyed his friendship, mentorship, and real-world assistance along the way. Between the weight room, practice, outdoor volleyball.
As Jim Egan wraps up the introduction for Daniel Coates, after this we will have the reading of the starting lineups followed by the national anthem. So stick around, everybody. As we go through the starting lineups, the national anthem will join back right here for the matchup between the Panthers and the Cougars. I'll step aside and allow all of that to happen. All right, folks, welcome back here on the Cougar Sports Network. As you just saw, the reading of the starting lineup, playing of the national anthem has been done. We are now set to play a volleyball match. As I mentioned, today's matchup features your Concordia Chicago Cougars and the Panthers of Greenville University. 6 hours south here, still located in Illinois. Still a great day to play some volleyball. Just to give a quick rundown between these two teams and something to look out for going into this match. As I mentioned, the Greenville Panthers, not too hot of a season up to this point. 1 of 17, their only win coming against Marantha Baptist on February 8th, where they won 3 sets to none. Outside of that, not a whole heck of a lot of winning there. However, where their struggles lie is in offense. Their offensive efficiency does need to take a hit up if they have any chance to beating the Cougars today. Touting a 7% hitting percentage doesn't mean there's a whole lot of offensive efficiency to go around, so they're going to look to capitalize on unforced errors by the Cougars, allowing them to get into long, carried-out rallies, and then when the Cougars are serving, taking advantage of returning the ball, having good sets, leading to kills, and then getting points that way. On the inverse, you have the Cougars sitting at 8-13, not too strong of a season, 3-5 in conference play. However, this is the last non-conference matchup they will face here in Geisman before they go on a tough stretch for the NAC going towards the NAC tournament. As I mentioned, 3-5 in the conference, but few people to take a look at today. Tyler Hollebeck, just mentioned in the starting lineups, as you can see on the court, leads the team with 214 kills on the year. Taking a look at Van Gato, one of our senior highlights, he is leading the team in digs with 224 digs, so doing what he does best, and I believe that's where the Cougars are going to find their strength. Getting good offense and then translating that into good defense. Hopefully we find a good matchup today. A little weak there by the Panthers. Point for the Cougars starting out. Serving first for the Cougars is Eli Mosher. He's had a pretty strong season up to this point. Very good at serving. Let's see what he's got on this. And that's an ace for Eli Mosher. As I mentioned, Eli Mosher is very good at getting aces on the year. He is looking at about 32 aces on the year, so pretty good when it comes to serving. Receive ball by the Panthers. Tapped over by number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Strong hit by Sean Beckman. And not returned by the Panthers. Give that point to Sean Beckman and the Cougars. Sean Beckman, a little bit of a taller guy out there, came over from basketball, 2-sport athlete for the Cougars. Basketball season just wrapped up here, and giving some points on the volleyball court now. As Eli Mosher leaves it a little short, that gives Panthers their first point of the match. Going back to serve first for the Panthers is Sam Molitor. This is somebody you're going to want to take a look at. He is leading the team with kills at 92 on the year, so something to take a look at. Leaves it a little short there for the serve, giving the ball back to the Cougars as well as the point. Going back to serve for the Cougars is Michael Cardenas, freshman for the squad. A little bit of a younger team here. As I mentioned, only 3 seniors here on senior day, so a little bit of a younger squad. And they do count it as an ace for Michael Cardenas. A little bit of a younger team for the Cougars, but good contributions from the young guys is what you like to see. Momentum going into the future. Leaves it a little short there, gives the point for the Panthers, allowing them to go with the serve this upcoming time. Stepping back for the Panthers this time is John Heater the fifth. Heater has 4 aces on the year. Received well by the Cougars. And killed by the Cougars. Number 18, Leon Godowski with the kill. Earns himself a trip back there to serve the ball up. Good serve. And an ace. Leon Godowski with the ace. Cougars are serving it well right now. They're finding good spots in the defense, finding the weak points. and sent right over by Marcin Hoffman. This is where the Panthers need to settle in a little bit. They find it's 8-2, not really receiving the serves too well, let up a couple of aces early. As Godowski sends it over. Panthers with a try. And point for the Panthers. Number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Somebody else you're going to want to keep an eye on as well. Fenstermaker with 77 kills on the year. That's second on the team for the Panthers. So, as I mentioned, Sam Molitor and this young man right here, number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Keep an eye on them for the Panthers. Panthers could have let that one go, but instead to make a play on it, point for the Cougars. Tyler Hollebeck now back to serve for the Cougars. Tyler Hollebeck, graduate student for the Concordia Cougars, serves it up. Received well by the Panthers. And point Cougars. Point for the Panthers. Immediate strike by the Panthers. They're receiving the serves pretty well so far. Need to just find more consistency on that end. I'm receiving the serves, getting the ball back over, getting the sets, as you see the Cougars here. What a strike by Marcin Hoffman. Putting it down with authority, and that's exactly what you would like to see from the Panthers. Receive the ball, set it, get into your offense, and create a good opportunity to get a point. Receive ball by the Panthers. Try is blocked by the Cougars. Try it again, and finished by number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Back to serve for the Panthers now is Caleb Day. Caleb Day leading the team with 16 aces. Set up by the Cougars. Diving save. And not able to finish the point on the Panthers' end. Point goes towards the Cougars. Now back to serve is number 8, Alexander Ford. Another freshman for the Cougars, looking to add some more production going into the next years. Receive well. Try by Sam Molitor, a little strong, giving the Cougars a point. Strong serve by the Cougars. Molitor tries again and does get the point for the Panthers this time around, allowing number 7, Kevin McKee Jr., to go back and serve. McGee leaving it a little short on there, giving the point for the Cougars, now allowing number 11, Eli Moshe, to go back and serve the ball up. 14-6 for the Cougars, in control offensively. Good serves, as you can see. It's received well by the Panthers, but let's see if they're able to finish the point. Tyler Hollebeck puts an exclamation mark on it. Right now you're seeing Concordia get into their offense, really comfortable whenever they send the ball over. They're confident on getting the ball back, setting it up for their outside hitters to be able to do their job. As you see, Eli Moshe hit it just out of bounds there, giving the point to the Panthers and allowing Sam Molitor to now go back and serve for the Panthers. Received well by the Cougars. Beckman hits it over. Change of pace tap. And kind of thrown down by number 1, John Heater. There's two options when you hit that ball. You go really hard or you do a little bit of a change of pace tap over the net, and that's what caught the Cougars a little bit off guard there. Molitor serving it up. And sent over by number 18, Leon Godzowski. Good finish on the play. Back serving now is number 4, Michael Cardenas. Got an ace on the first time he served for us. Serves it up. And sent home by number 6, John Ganucci. As I mentioned, Sam Molitor, Isaiah Fenstermaker. You can also add a third in there, John Ganucci. He's 72 kills on the year. So the top 3 you're looking at for the Panthers, number 4, Sam Molitor, number 6, John Ganucci, number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Those are the offensive playmakers you're looking towards, but Concordia has their own right there with number 9, Tyler Hollebeck, putting an end to that play. Getting the substitutions in here, figuring out who's going to serve, and we decide on Leon Godzowski, back to serve for the Cougars. Change of pace spike. Set up, and watch ahead. Ayaz Arif is sending a heater. Point for the Cougars. Need a hard hat. Goodness. Had some power behind it. Little strong there for Leon. Point going towards the Panthers. Looking to get more points. 18-10 for the Cougars. Now back to serve is number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Received well by the Cougars. Set up for Hollebeck. And the Panthers send it over as a recovery. Blocked, but out of bounds. Point for the Cougars. Good quick rally, and that's the key for Concordia to keep domination of this game. Quick rallies, putting an end to the Panthers early, not allowing that to draw out, giving them opportunities. As you can see, the Panthers are struggling a little bit with receiving the serve. So the Cougars are definitely looking to capitalize early and not allow them to get comfortable on the offensive end. Served up by number 12, Tate Johnson. Sent back by the Panthers. And sent down by number 11, Eli Mosher. As you can see, the Cougars are keeping that offensive pressure. Even when they get blocked, even when there are saves happening on the Panthers' end, they're able to recover and send it back with authority. Little strong for Tate on that one, giving the point for the Panthers. Back to serve is number 6, John Ganucci. Set by Mosher, sent down by Arif. Returned by the Panthers. Marcin Hoffman with authority, sending it off the defender's hand and out of bounds. Point for the Cougars. Marcin Hoffman now back to serve for the Cougars. Marcin has 7 aces on the year. Change of pace kill. Sent over by the Panthers. And Beckman with a strong paw, sending it off the defender. Point for the Cougars. And I tell you what, coming from basketball, a long season in basketball, coming here to play volleyball, two-sport athlete, it's not easy, but Sean Beckman has come in here with a lot of energy, a lot of life. Served up, blocked, recovered by the Cougars. And out of bounds. Tipped by the Cougars. Point for the Panthers. Back to serve for the Panthers, number 2, Caleb Day. Caleb being a freshman for the Panthers. Cougars thought it was going out of bounds, but it is just in bounds for the Panthers to get their first ace of the match by way of Caleb Day. That will give Caleb his 5th ace on the year. Served up to Sean. Sent to the other side for Molitor. Sent back. And puts an end to it himself. Shortly returned by the Cougars, but Sam says that's enough. I'm going to give us a point. 22-14, Cougars way. Going to 25 for this first set. Cougars didn't receive it well. Sent over. Blocked. Sent over to Molitor. Beckman sends it over. Point for the Panthers. I believe they called a double hit on that one. The serve by Day is another ace. Give him 6 aces on the year. And that's going to spur a timeout by Coach Manos and the Cougars. Give us about 30 seconds. We're going to step aside. And we are back here on the Cougar Sports Network as we wrap up the timeout here. A few things to note here about what we've seen so far. As you can see, the score is currently 22-16. Cougars over the Panthers, going to 25. Cougars have maintained control this entire match. They've kept the control. They've kept the lead, more importantly, in this entire set. So Panthers looking to recover primarily on defense, receiving the serves a lot better, setting themselves up to allow themselves, for example, number 4, Sam Molitor, to get effective looks to hitting the ball over and getting those kills. Served up by Caleb Day. Set for Sean Beckman, and he gets the point for the Cougars. You can see early on there is a reliance on Sean Beckman because of his height, the power that he obtains on the outside. Very effective at getting points so far. And give that an ace for the Cougars, more specifically Ayaz Arif. That is ruled in bounds for the Panthers. Point for the Panthers, allowing number 7, Kevin McKee Jr., to go back for the serve. Served up for number 18, Leon Godzowski, to kill it down. And that will conclude the first set. Cougars taking that first set 25-17. We'll go ahead, switch sides, take a quick break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Welcome back to Cougar Sports Network. You just watched the first set between the Panthers of Greenville University and your Concordia Chicago Cougars. As mentioned, the Cougars took that first set 25-17, dominated the entire way through on the offensive end, getting 16 kills to 1 error forced, whereas the Greenville Panthers, they had about 9 kills with 3 errors. So you're looking at offensive dominance by the Cougars, looking to keep that up going into this match. Also, taking a look at the serves. The serve battle is definitely more leaning towards the Cougars. 4 different Cougars had aces on that last set. Michael Cardenas, Ayaz Arif, Elijah Mosher, and Leon Godzowski all contributing aces towards that last set. Going into this one, Panthers looking to receive the ball a lot better, setting up themselves to have a better offensive set, sending the ball over effectively rather than the taps that we've seen. And the Cougars are looking to continue to do all the same things that they've been doing right up to this point. Effective serving, getting back on the defensive end when the ball doesn't go their way, and finishing the play with accurate and effective kills. That'll be the key going forward. Let's see what we got for this second set. Panthers will be first up to serve for this set. Number 7, Kevin McGee Jr. will get us started. Serves it up well. Beckman with the kill and the point. Beckman has been a strong contributor up to this point. Beckman with 3 kills in this last set, starting off with 1 up to this point. But really across the board, Cougars, it's been even scoring across the board. Hollebeck, Marcin Hoffman hopping in on multiple kills. As you see Michael Cardenas serve it over. Point for the Cougars, sent back. As mentioned, Michael Cardenas, freshman, contributing well here today. Receive all by the Panthers. Molitor, the bump. The spike by number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker. But it does not result, result in a point for the Panthers. Now back to serve for the Panthers, number 4, Sam Molitor. A little bit of a collision with the Panthers, recovered well. Change of pace tap. Debate amongst the referees, and they give the point for the Cougars. Now back to serve, number 18, Leon Godzowski. Godzowski with the serve, received well by the Panthers. Whistle is blown and point given to the Panthers. I believe the net was touched, resulting in a point for the Panthers and allowing number 1, John Heater V, to go back and serve for Greenville. Received weird by the Cougars. Sent over by Hollebeck and gets the point. Good recovery by the Cougars. As I mentioned, they're receiving the serves well, and even when they don't, they're able to recover and able to get a point, as you can see right there. Tyler Hollebeck back to serve after getting the point. Received well, weirdly by the Panthers. And a light tap by Gato does not allow Arif to get to the ball. Point for the Panthers. Number 9, Isaiah Fenstermaker back to serve. Fenstermaker was not able to get an ace on the last set and hits it strong on this one. Point for the Panthers. Cougars. Number 10, Marcin Hoffman back to serve for the Cougars. Set for Ganucci to kill it, and he does. By way of a tip of the Cougars going out of bounds, giving the Panthers a point. John Ganucci now back to serve for Greenville. Strong serve. Set by Mosher and finished by Arif. Arif with the kill and the point on that last play. Now back to serve for the Cougars. Set by McGee, sent over. And McGee just flips it over his head to give the Panthers a point. Little nifty play on the part of the Panthers there, getting the ball over when the Cougars were not expecting it. Now Caleb Day back to serve for the Panthers. Had a couple of aces on this last set. Served well, received by the Cougars. Beckman with authority once more, giving the Cougars a point. This is kind of what the Cougars were missing a little bit of. A bit of a bigger body, a lot of power behind him, able to send the ball through the block, deflecting it out of bounds, giving Cougars more of those points. Received well. Molitor sends it but is rejected. And finished by Marcin Hoffman. Eli Mosher still serving. Cougars lead 8-5. And the Panthers just allow that play to carry out. Knew it was over with, giving the Cougars a point. As I mentioned, Panthers, if they want to get back into this game, this match, they need to step up a little bit more on the defensive end. I talked a little bit about their offense, but defensively, they're not seeing the ball. That is blocked by Hollebeck and given the point. Absolutely stuffed at the net. But there it is once more. Offensive efficiency. You're not able to set up your offense if you're not getting and receiving the ball on defense. Another nifty tap over by McGee. He is getting good at that. Point for the Panthers and allows him to go back and now serve. Got a little bit of blood here on number 4, Sam Molitor. Got to patch that up a little bit here. But as I mentioned, Cougars are dominating on the offensive end, which you could see Greenville struggling a little bit. They got them on their heels a little bit, not able to really settle into their offensive set, getting into the bump set, allowing for that kill, that spike, for them to be able to get points. If they ever want to get back into this game, they need to step up on receiving those serves, being able to get to their libero, get to their setter, and getting to their outside hitters like number 9 and number 4, Sam Molitor, Isaiah Fenstermaker. Those are your playmakers, and really in any sport. Got to get your ball to your playmakers in order to get those points. And it all starts on the defensive end. How are you receiving the ball? How are you able to get the ball back over the net? That's one thing the Panthers need to figure out. Back to still serve is Kevin McGee. Has some nifty points here. Set up for Hollebeck. And point goes the Cougars' way. Michael Cardenas back to serve for the Cougars. Received well by the Panthers. Good setup for Sam Molitor. Hollebeck. And finished by the Cougars. Another good example there. Cougars got denied at the net. Were able to recover, set it back up, and able to get an effective spike, getting them the point. Michael Cardenas still with the serve. McGee sets it up. Power behind that one by Fenstermaker. And changes it up, leaves it a little short, giving the Cougars a point on that play. As I mentioned, only a 7% hitting percentage for the Panthers coming into this. So, as you can see, McGee will set it up, leaving it for Sam Molitor, but not really able to finish when they're spiking the ball over. Marcin Hoffman getting a little too close to the net, not allowing for a good play, giving the Panthers a point. Sam Molitor now back to serve. Bumped up for Hollebeck. Deflected out of bounds, giving the Cougars a point. With Sean Beckman out of the rotation currently on the court, you're going to look to see Hollebeck and Arif really try and get their offense going with the spikes. As you can see, the Cougars leaving a little short. Marcin Hoffman leaving a little short there on the serve. Correction, that was Leon Godzowski with the serve, leaving it a little short, allowing the Panthers John Heater for the serve. Set up for Hollebeck. Sent back by the Panthers, but it is still Cougars' point. Tyler Hollebeck now serving for the Cougars. McGee with the set. The tap. Recovered by the Cougars. Tap by Hollebeck. Off the basketball rim. Recovered by McGee. Sent over. And finished by number 10, Marcin Hoffman. A little bit of a longer rally. Went off the basketball court a little bit, or basketball hoop a little bit, but Panthers able to send it over, but just not able to finish out the play on that one. Cougars leading this second set 16-8. We'll go ahead and step aside for about 30 seconds. We are back here on Cougar Sports Network. After that short timeout, Cougars leading 16-8 in this second set here, going to 25. And once more, just like in the first set, Cougars dominating on the offensive side, able to get effective spikes, leading to points. On the contrary, Greenville Panthers looking for some life on the offensive end. Really, that needs to be sparked by the receives on the serves, such as this one. Set by McGee, sent back by the Cougars. And point for the Cougars. As mentioned, offensive efficiency, not really all there for the Panthers. That's one thing they need to work on if they're looking to get back into this match. Served up by Hollebeck. Sent over by Ganucci. And returned by number 10, Marcin Hoffman. And Fenstermaker leaving it a bit short. Given the point for the Cougars. Just some quick stacks here in the second set. Tyler Hollebeck now back to serve. Is leading the team with 7 kills, followed by Marcin Hoffman and Leon Godzowski with 5 respectively. Sent over with authority by Caleb Day, giving the Panthers a point. Panthers now have Isaiah Fenstermaker back to serve. Looking to go on a little bit of a run to get back into the set here. Sent over by number 7, Tyrese Armstrong. Tipped and out of bounds, giving the Cougars a point. That will also allow Tyrese Armstrong to go back and serve for the Cougars. Dug out by the Panthers, sent over. Set by Mosher, but rejected by the Panthers. Also an area that the Panthers are looking to improve in as well. Only about 1.71 blocks per set on the year. Beckman back into the match, sends it a little far, giving the Panthers another point. 19-11. Ganucci still serving. Received by Hollabeck. Set up by Mosher, sent over by Beckman. Mosher to Hollabeck. Saved by the Panthers. And the rally comes to an end. Panthers securing that point. Correction, Cougars securing that point. After the long rally, good defense on both ends, but effectively taken over by the Cougars. Received well by the Panthers. Caleb Day securing that point with authority. Earns himself a trip to the serving line. Strong serve. Recovered by the Cougars. Sent over by Beckman and secures another kill. Sean Beckman has been a force today. This will allow number 11 Eli Mosher, who's been doing a lot of the set work for the Cougars, to serve. Just out to the left. Oh, they score a point for the Cougars. Give Eli Mosher an ace. Called it just in bounds. I thought it was out of bounds there, but he just snuck it in. Received well by the Panthers. Set up for Molitor. Sent back by Hollabeck. Molitor again. Mosher. And I think Leon Gazovsky just whiffed on that one. Missed the hit on that, giving the Panthers a point. Unfortunate turn of events, but it allows Kevin McKee Jr. to go back to the serving line. Returned well by Van. Mosher, Hollabeck, out of bounds, tipped. They will say that the Panthers got a fingertip on it. Giving the point for the Cougars, allowing Michael Cardenas to go back and serve. That is why you have two line judges, everybody. Able to see who's able to tip the ball and who is not. Received well by the Panthers. Try by Molitor. Fenstermaker. Tapped over by Fenstermaker. Received by Van. Hollabeck sending it over. Returned by Molitor. Hollabeck. A little strong. Good rally by both teams. Just a little strong there by Hollabeck, allowing the Panthers the point. Number 4 now, Sam Molitor back to serve for the Panthers. Leaving it just short there. Given the score 24-14, this will be the set point. Set point will be served up by Leon Gadzowski. Received by the Panthers. Set up for Fenstermaker. Armstrong completes the set. 25-14. Cougars will take the second set over the Greenville Panthers. We'll go ahead and switch sides once more, and we will take a 2-minute break. And we are back here on Cougar Sports Network. Going into the third set here. First two sets dominated by the Concordia Cougars on the offensive end, not letting up. Highlighted by the sets, attacks by set here. Taking a look at the total kills for each team. 15 in the first set by the Cougars, 15 in the second set by the Cougars. So consistently finding that offense, finding the spots in the defense, where to attack. Inversely, taking a look at the Greenville Panthers, this second set, they only had 8 kills, 5 errors, which is one more than that they've had in that first set, and only a 9% hitting percentage in that last second set. Whereas the Cougars, their side-out percentage is at 93%, meaning when they're taking their shots, they're hitting those spikes, the ball is typically falling inbounds, giving them more points. So one thing that the Panthers need to take a look at is effectively receiving the ball on the serves, as they've seen all match, being able to return it and set up their outside hitters, allow them to get their points. And if we're taking a look at the Cougars, like I mentioned going into the second set, same thing for this third set. Continue to do all the good things right. Keep getting those aces on the serves, finding the weak points in the defense, and quite frankly, keep going back to Sean Beckman and Tyler Hollebeck. Those two guys have been effective scorers, hitting the ball strong, but it's all been set up by Eli Mosher. He's been setting in the middle of the court, setting those two guys up all afternoon. Cougars will continue to look for that. And as I mentioned, Eli Mosher setting up the two on the outside. He will now serve going into the third set for the Cougars. Set up for Molitor, and is finished. Give the Panthers the first point of the third set, Sam Molitor. They're going to need to rely on him heavily if they're looking to get back into this match. Cougars take this set, they will win the match, so Panthers looking to scrape one by and not go out 3-0. Strong attempt by Leon Gadzowski, recovered by the Panthers. Beckman. Fenstermaker, and is completed by Tyler Hollebeck, giving the Cougars a point. Michael Cardenas back to serve for the Cougars. Has had a consistently solid afternoon. Not too many errors on his serves. See well by the Panthers. Set up for Fenstermaker. The try by Ganucci is sent back by the Cougars, giving them the point. Michael Cardenas, the freshman, still back to serve for the Cougars. Set up for Molitor in the middle of the court this time. Received well by the Panthers. And the Cougars, Tyler Hollebeck sent over. Give him the point. Fenstermaker sends it over, recovered by the Cougars. Served up and a face shot by Tristan Kaminar. Oh my goodness. Who says volleyball is not a physical sport? That was a shot by Tristan Kaminar. Set up for Gazovsky, but a little too strong. No one touching it, meaning a point goes towards the Panthers. Back to serve for the Panthers, number 1, John Heater the fifth. Turn by Gato. Set up for Hollebeck. And is out of bounds. Point for the Cougars. Leon Gadzowski back to serve for the Cougars. He's had a pretty solid afternoon. Approaching double-digit kills on the day. Sent over by Caleb Day of the Panthers. Recovered by the Cougars. Set. And Kamenar with the spike. Tristan Kamenar, another one of those freshmen the Cougars are looking to in the next couple of years to develop into a pretty strong player for them. As it's served over by Godzowski, sent back over by Fenstermaker. And they are saying it was tipped by the Cougars, point for the Panthers. Now back to serve, number 12, Andrew Weir. First action we've seen of him today. Served up for a reef, sent over, and returned. The stumble by Michael Cardenas might be a blessing in disguise as that ball goes out of bounds. Looking to go save that ball, but it was a little strong, so no need to hit the deck there. But A for effort, they would say. Tyler Hollebeck to serve. Will this be an ace? It will not. Returned by the Panthers. But Arif makes sure the Cougars get the point anyway. Kill for the Cougars. And they'll call that an ace for Tyler Hollebeck. Cougars finding a little momentum still on the offensive end, keeping the Panthers on their heels. And that's back-to-back aces for Tyler Hollebeck. Put it on the board. As I mentioned going into this third set, the Panthers really need to focus on receiving those serves a lot better if they look to get back into this. Sent over, whistle blown, and they're giving the point for the Panthers. I believe they said the Cougars touched the net. Regardless of the case, John Ganucci back for the Panthers to serve. Leaving it short on the serve there, giving the Cougars a point. 11-4 going the Cougars' way currently. As I mentioned, this is the third, hopefully not the final set, but if the Cougars do end up taking this set, it will be the match. Tristan Kamenar back to serve. Set up for Molitor. Kamenar. And point given for the Panthers. Caleb Day now back to serve for the Panthers. He's certainly been a bright spot in all of this. Had a couple of aces in that first set. Been an effective scorer on the offensive end as a hitter. Looking to get some more points here for the Panthers. Set up by Mosher. Sent over by Beckman. McGee. Not able to hit it at the right angle, giving the Cougars the point. Ayaz Arif back to serve for the Cougars. Had a pretty powerful shot in the last serve, in the last set, I should say. Strong contributor on the offensive end, sent over by Molitor. Set up by Mosher. Tipped over by Heater. Hollebeck. A little strong and out of bounds. Panthers point. There's another young man who's had a solid day today. Kevin McGee Jr. back to serve for the Panthers. He's been serving it up and setting it well for his outside hitters. Just not able to convert on the points all too often today. Received well by the Cougars. Sent over by Beckman. Good save by Kamenar. Beckman. And a touch of the net will give the Cougars the point. That will send number 11, Eli Mosher, back to serve for the Cougars. As I mentioned, he's been a great assist man today, giving effective sets to the outside hitters, allowing them to score points and stay dominant on the offensive end. As you see Sam Molitor doing there, giving the Panthers a point. Sam Molitor now back to serve. Really looking for him to kind of carry this team a little bit more, get him back into this set, hopefully get him back into this match. Cougars forced to just send it over. Set up for Ganucci and finished. Give him the kill. John Ganucci with the last point on that play. And that's what you look to see from the Panthers. Whenever the Cougars are out of sorts on the defensive end recovering a ball, they're looking to capitalize on the offensive end. Not able to capitalize on that serve, however, a little strong from Molitor, giving the Cougars a point. Michael Cardenas back to serve for the Cougars. Cardenas looking to get another one of his aces that he's had a couple of times throughout today. Covered well by the Panthers. Kamenar with the change of pace hit. Leaves the Panthers scrambling. Set up for Hollebeck and finished. Tyler Hollebeck. I tell you what, Tyler Hollebeck, I've seen him a couple of matches. He gets up. He is a very athletic young man, able to get up, accurate with his hits. Cardenas serving the ball. But look for Hollebeck to get a couple more points. As I mentioned, when Sean Beckman's off the court, Tyler Hollebeck usually steps into that offensive role for the Cougars. As it's sent back by number 18, Leon Godzowski, giving the Cougars yet again another point. Offensive struggles still showing here for the Panthers. Looking to turn that around if they're looking to get back into this. Served by Cardenas. Set by McGee. Sent over by Fenstermaker. Set for Molitor. And just hits it in the pocket. Found a little soft spot in the Cougars defense. Tapped it in there. Able to get it. Van Gato tried his best to dig that one out, but not able to get there. Now serving for the Panthers, number 1, John Heater. Set up for Leon Godzowski, and he finishes the job with the kill. Point for the Cougars, making the score 17-9. Once again, dominating on the offensive end. Cougars look to finish this one out with Leon Godzowski with the serve. McGee the set. Ganucci to kill. Blocked by the Cougars. And Ganucci denied for a second time. Point for the Cougars. As you see Tyler Hollebeck sub out for number 12, Tate Johnson. See well by the Panthers. Set by McGee. Kamenar. Strong kill. Saved by Molitor. And Tate Johnson looking to get into the game for the Cougars, score a point, but is denied by the Panthers. This allows number 12, Andrew Weir, to go back and serve. Good serve, good receive. Johnson again, and gets his point back from the last play. That allows him to now go back to the serving line for the Cougars. Tate Johnson with only 1 serve ace on the year. Hopefully he can get 2 right here. And a little strong for Tate. A little excited getting into the game. Point for the Panthers. This now allows John Ganucci, number 6, to go back and serve. Set for a reef. Set up for Molitor. And point for the Panthers. Saying it was tipped by a Cougars defender. Cougars didn't seem to think it was the Panthers' point. The referees beg to differ. Received well by the Cougars. Set up for Kamenar. And a little strong. That's one thing you like to see, however, from Tristan Kamenar. Gets up high, is really strong when he hits the ball. You're going to like to see that over the next couple of years develop, get a little more accuracy to there. Eli Mosher for Kamenar once more, and gets a point on that one. The height that Kamenar gets, the accuracy can be improved upon a little bit, but the power, the athleticism is certainly there. There's only room to go up when it comes to this young man's development. Now back to serve for the Cougars. And gets an ace, as I mentioned. Looking to be an offensive weapon for these Cougars going on in the future, and that is one way to continue to develop. Served again, received this time by the Panthers. Molitor denied by Arif. That's one thing that sticks out with this Concordia squad as well is team blocks. They average about 2 team blocks per set, so getting those hands up active on defense, as you see there. Van Gato with the dive. Sent over by Johnson. And gives the point to the Cougars. 23-13, folks. Got 2 more points left for the Cougars. Looking to wrap this up with a clean sweep 3-0. Let's see if they're able to do so. Kamenar kisses the net a little bit, causing it to go out of bounds. Point for the Panthers. Caleb Day, definitely one of their top servers on the day today. Has a couple of aces already. Looking to add to that total here. Set up by Mosher. Beckman back in the match. Set up by Gato. And a little strong for Beckman, going out of bounds. Served by Day. Received by Johnson. Sent over by Johnson. And finished by Molitor. Panthers looking to go on a little bit of a run here. Climb back into this. Never say never. 23-16. There is room, but not much of it. Caleb Day to serve again. Gato chooses to pursue it. Sets it up for Beckman. And a snipe by Sean Beckman. This is match point, folks. Match point for the Cougars and the Panthers. Back to serve for the Panthers. Ayaz Arif has had an ace on the day already. Received well by the Panthers. Molitor keeps the game alive, giving the Panthers a point. Kevin McGee back to serve for the Panthers. Has been a great assist man today with all of the sets he's been providing for the Panthers. Received well by Kamenar. Set up for Beckman. Gato. Mosher. Beckman and game. Sean Beckman. My goodness. And that is how we wrap up senior night. Thank you all for joining us. As I mentioned, before we wrap up, just to go over the key games, Cougars take This match 3-0. As you see, the Cougars never fell behind in this one. They were dominant on the offensive end. When defense was needed, they were able to provide it consistently, able to block, dig the ball out, and keep the pressure on the Panthers to perform. Wrapping this up here, the Cougars will now go into a tough stretch of NAC tournament play, then followed by the NAC tournament itself. We will not see the Cougars back here until April 2nd when they face Dominican. That will then be Jersey night. So please join us for Jersey night when Concordia Chicago faces Dominican Stars. For here and everybody here at Geisman Gymnasium, thank you all for tuning in. And as a once good broadcaster used to say, Pat McAfee, show love, say something nice to somebody. It could change their life. This is Adam Gray signing off. Until next time. Welcome in, Cougar fans. I am joined here by Concordia head coach Greg Manos of the Concordia men's volleyball team. Coach, senior night. Let's talk about that a little bit. How did it feel?
It felt good. We were really happy to see our seniors show up and show out, and I think our team did a really good job of just supporting them in every way, whether it was from the sideline or helping them on the court with whether it's decision-making, their ability to execute. Just happy to see them have this kind of match on their night that they earned, for sure.
Awesome. And as you saw, didn't really fall behind too much in this match. Took it 3-0. Tell me about what played into that and what we really highlighted on in this matchup.
Yeah, we wanted to stress efficiency in this matchup, and as far as picking apart different spots on their side of the court or just defending their main hitter. So as far as following the game plan goes, it was to a T, and we're happy to see them really work those secondary balls, those inconvenient balls that we stress so much in practice in our scout assembly. So they nailed it. They hit a really high clip. All good things as far as our coaching perspective. And again, on this kind of night, it's good to see that reward go straight to them.
Awesome. And I know going into this, I know this is the last non-conference opponent here in Geisman, but you got a pretty tough NAC schedule coming up. You want to talk about that a little bit, what we're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a NAC conference that's really competitive. It's really talented, but really young. So for us, it's, again, making sure we can have our best step forwards, because the reality for this conference dynamic is we have to win to get in. So we're in a good position now, but if we want to secure that position in the conference tourney, we need to continue to win games against teams that are right there alongside of us. And we know each of them is going to be very different. So making those shifts in terms of our gameplay to our strengths in terms of leveraging them, and then also recognizing their weaknesses and taking advantage. We're in a good opportunity. We just have to keep taking steps forward.
Awesome. And then one final thing before I let you go, Coach. Anything you want the Cougars fans know going into wrapping up the year, anything like that?
You know, these guys have put their heart and soul into things, and to see their growth and development is just such an encouraging mark. And we have a really young core with 11 of our 15 being freshmen and sophomores. Obviously, our upperclassmen have been a huge support in that, but we know the program is going straight forward. So we feel really good about today. We feel really good about our season, and we feel really good about our future. So, hey, hop on board if you get what I'm saying.
Well, thank you for your time, Coach. It was a great match to watch here. And as I mentioned, Cougar fans, you'll be able to see Concordia back in action here in Geisman Gymnasium April 2nd when they take on the Dominican Stars. This is all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.